G'day guys, Phil here, and on today's episode, the old land yacht gets a little bit of lovin'. So we're doing tyres, brakes, wheel bearings, and also valve stems, which failed on us last time. So let's get the wheels pulled off and sent to the shop. Today, I'm at Riders Lane in Canberra. And what that is a community workshop where you can basically come and rent a space, use their tools, use their lifts hourly. So, which is perfect for me. I'm from out of town. I don't want to pay a dealership hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for this job. And that's what makes this shop perfect for guys like me who know a little bit about bikes. And things that I get stuck on, the guys that work here and run this shop are also super knowledgeable as well. So grab yourself a membership, get your bike down here, book it in, get wrenching. And the good things about that is you learn a lot about your own bike as well, which I enjoy. One of our last videos, you would have seen our valve stem snapped off.
She's fucked.
And now that's sparked basically an overhaul of the front and rear wheels. So while it's in the shop and pulled apart, the Goldwing does have a lot of plastics. That does get in the way when you are trying to do these basic sort of tasks. So while it is sort of pulled apart, we are going to tack everything we can on the bike. So let's get wrenching. So what I've gone and done, and I've ripped the seat off. What I've also done is I've already ripped off all these side covers and I've loosened these bolts here, because what we're going to do is we're going to lift this whole section here forward. But first we've got to dive in here. There's a few bolts on each side. Remove those, and also we're going to rip off the exhaust as well. So I've actually got in here before Sonia and the team have actually arrived. So just so I don't move any other bikes around or anything, I'm just going to get started right here on the floor until they rock up and tell me what I can and can't do. So for now, we're going to rip these exhausts off. There we go. Now another thing Riders Lane do here at this workshop is training courses. So you can learn basic maintenance on any bike that you've got, which is a life skill. Especially once you start to get into some of these older bikes where you don't need to diagnose any computer issues or anything like that. So all you need is a handful of basic tools, and you'll be servicing bikes for the rest of your life, which is going to save you a whole lot of money. And that's one of the cool things about working on your own bike, is not only get to know the bike that you ride, but also the money that you can save as well in the long run. So there's the exhaust off. So now we've got access to the axle bolts. It was a balmy 5 degrees this morning when I woke up in Canberra, so thankfully our filthy leather coat beanies are now back in stock. So hit the website if you want to grab one for yourself. What am I looking for? Extension. If you've seen on one of the last videos that I did of this job, you'll know that I absolutely fucking hate this part. But the trick is, you just gotta be chill, you know. You just gotta pretend you're enjoying it. There we go. Good morning. You're on camera. Let's just start lifting, I guess, and if it comes up, we've done good. If it doesn't, we've got to pull more bolts out. So, no. Power. So, okay, now we move over and we're going to rip all these brakes off, and also the bracket just here as well, and also loosen the bolt to the rear strut as well. So we've got a few 12 mils, a few 14 mils. Now that we've loosened that off, this brake will come free. This brake will come free. There we go. A little rubber grommet. Fuck knows where that come from. We can just rest that there. Now hopefully without too much struggle that axle bolt rod thing will slide straight out. There we go. Looks good. Just got a few of these washers. Okay, now we've just got to lift this wheel up a little bit. There we go. That's got that wheel off the ground, just that little bit that we need. And now we can shimmy this wheel out. There we go. That's a rear wheel done. Now let's move to the front. This is the thing you always find when you work on these old bikes. I've just taken this front little garnish thing off for the front wheel, and it looks like one maybe a 10mm and the other bolt maybe an 8mm. So you're always going to find mismatched bits and pieces, and it's always a good idea to maybe replace them if you got the time, but because I don't have the time, nor can you even see this unless you're lying on your back, it will be staying an 8mm. Now I've never taken the front wheel off one of these bikes before, so we're all going to learn together, but usually it's all pretty straightforward. Again, good habit to put the bolts back where you found them. Okay, there's a chance we might have to take this little bracket off if there are pinch bolts hiding under it somewhere. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and removed the front brake calipers on both sides. I've also lifted the front up a little bit, so now hopefully this front wheel should just roll out. Perfect. All right, so I've already called ahead to one of the bike shops. They got tyres for us, brakes, and they're also going to do the wheel bearings. So let's get them in the car and get going. And this is what she looks like. Canberra, not sure if you'd see that big fucking pointy thing is straight ahead. Something I've noticed, it almost doesn't matter where in Canberra you are, you can always see that big pointy thing. I might be able to zoom in on it, but yeah, Canberra's dope. Alright, so we're back at Riders Lane now, and I'm not sure if I mentioned in the last clip, but we ended up getting new tyres and also new brake pads as well. So I wanted to, while everything was pulled apart, just get in there and replace everything. So the brake pads still had a bit of life on them, but like I said, while we're in here, we'll go through and tear it all apart. So I was able to get in and get the rear pads in. Alright, so we're going to start with chucking the front wheel on now. I haven't even had a chance to look at what tyre they gave me. I told them to just give me whatever they recommend. So what we've got is a, where are we? A Metzler Marathon Ultra. So I also got some new valve stems as well. So if you caught one of our latest videos where we had a failed valve stem blowout, so I had the guys down at the shop chuck on new valve stems front and back, and now let's get this front tyre fitted. Make sure we get the rotation right. Okay, we're moving on to the left side of the bike now. What we've got is our speedometer. 98% sure that's what that is, so that'll need a slot in here, and then we can go on and attach our brake and brackets as well, so let's get it. Okay, so that's day one on the Goldwing, done and dust. It's day two here at Riders Lane, and we've only got a few hours to get this bike done, because in a matter of hours, this place is going to be absolute chaos. We've got a lot of people booked into the shop today. So I need to get these wheels on, get the brakes done. And the worst part about that is everything I did yesterday, or what I should say, everything I didn't do yesterday was a tomorrow job. Guess what? It's now a today job. Not looking forward to it. We got snagged up on a few things. So let's get to it. So this is where we left off yesterday. We've still got to get a lot of these bolts put in, get that shaft put in on the front end. There's also a whole heap of fairings and stuff that also need to be put back on. And in the back, we've got the new pads on. We've got to fiddle around with a lot of this stuff. We've still got to get that strut bolt in. And then of course, we've got to drop all this fairing down. So let's get to it. Also, if you can see in the corner there, we've also got to put all the exhaust and all the fairings and shit back on as well. So we've only got a few hours, not looking forward to it, but hopefully we can get this bike out for the weekend because it's a beautiful day in Canberra. Like 5 degrees, that's why we're rugged up again. But the sun's out. All the boys are excited to have me in town. It's been a while since I've been here, so we've got a bit going on this weekend. So I might have a little bit of bonus footage to come with whatever we get up to. But first, we've got to get this thing off the jack. And yeah, get going. I don't even know where to start. All right, now I'm not sure if you can see, but what we got hung up on yesterday is these two little bolts here have little grub screws. So these grub screws go in here, and then you've got these hex heads. They're all seized up, and also their heads are shot as well. So if anyone knows someone in the Wollongong or Shahaba, Canberra area that can drill these out or easy out or whatever, let me know. Otherwise I don't know. Let me know. The team here at Riders Lane are pretty hopeful that I'll have the bike done today because they've put the bike on trickle charge. So thanks for that. They obviously have a lot of faith in me, even if I don't. Right, we're going to start with jacking this front up a little bit. So a job that I got hooked up on yesterday, which absolutely beat me up. Literally just took 5 minutes and I spent probably an hour on it yesterday. So sometimes leaving things as a tomorrow job is a good idea. Fresh brain. Yeah, so success. Let's just torque this to spec. Perfect. So that's gonna slide up there. Where the fuck is the 10mm? It's not even a 10mm. It's a 12. Not even half-inch drive. 4th time's a charm. Torque these up to spec. Click. No, you dog. Click. Ooh, she's getting warm. I'm sure this was a great system 30 years ago, but as years go on and shit starts to corrode and blow out, trying to get these sunken in bolts out is going to be a pain in the ass. So again, if anyone can help me out with those, hit me up. Beautiful. Wheel turns, that's a good thing. I might leave those chrome garnishes off just until we give it a test ride. That way, if something's fucked, it's not as much as a pain in the ass to look at. Well, I think that's the front all dialed in. Now let's move to the back. Get on top of all the other tomorrow jobs I didn't want to do. And shout out to all those YouTubers out there who film every single step. When I get in the zone, I don't want to film shit. I just want to get shit done. And I think most of us are like that. No distractions, get the job done. So if I have missed about 30 steps, too bad. I should make a start. Now, this is a handy thing about Riders Lanies. They've got a million tools here. You just got to know where to look. What have we got here? Grab a 14, grab a 16 just in case. Save us doing any extra cardio today. So you probably noticed I've been in here wrenching before the shop's open. Sonia's just walked in, see me pretending to use a torque wrench. Torque wrench is something I've never used before. So Seeing as though we are at Riders Lane, we're in the shop, they've got the right tools, we may as well use them. So Sonia's just given me a rundown on how to use their fancy ones, and they cost upwards of $1,000. So while we got them, we may as well use them. So let's go.
All right, 12 mil. First of all, put your socket on there.
That's a 14, here we go.
Did you check that it is a 12?
Yes.
All right. And you're going to set that to 32.
So what type of torque wrench did you say this one was?
It's a Warren and Brown.
Ooh.
It's a Brown. That's the brand.
All right. So we torque wrenches, it's slow and steady, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, sweet.
Extra little.
And that's how you use a fucking torque wrench.
I didn't know you were filming.
All right, so I've just gone and double checked. Basically all the front, all the back, all the brakes are locked on, everything's torqued up. And now it's time to roll this back. So if all goes well, I'll be out of here in half an hour. If it doesn't go well, I'll be turning the lights off here tonight. So let's see how we go. All right, so we're getting jammed up on something. There we go. The excitement of possibly being 5 minutes away from finishing this bike, I've just got to put the side covers on and the seat, is a little bit overrun by anxiety, because last time you see me pull all this apart, I don't think I actually spoke about it on camera, but what ended up happening was once I did put all the back on and the rear wheel and everything like that, took it for a test ride, it felt dog shit. So what ended up happening was, because I ran the tyre flat for a few kilometres due to the valve stem snapping off, the tread had like an uneven wear, so when I rode it, it was dog shit. So I ended up having to put new tyres and everything on it. So I'm 5 minutes off finishing. Am I anxious? Fucking oath. But let's get that seat on, get those side covers on, and pray.
Wow.
We're 5 minutes off or 5 hours off. We're gonna find out soon.
Right.
So once we get these covers on and the seat, we'll test run it. If she feels good, I'll ride off into the sunset. If not, I'll ride back into the shop. So time will tell. And through the power of internet, that only took 5 minutes to change these whole wheels and brakes and everything. So 10-minute job, that easy. Fuck. You can see why bloody bike shops charge $1,000 just to change out wheels. It's taken me probably 8 hours, rip the front and rear wheels off. Absolute bitch of a job. It only took me probably an hour and a half to do those 2 bolts.
Instead of, what was it last time?
Don't want to talk about it. Probably 4 hours.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Fucking busted knuckles and my God. And just like that, she's back on the road. So it's probably been sitting at Riders Lane for probably a month now. But we finally got it done. So everything checked out, just got back from a test ride and the tyres feel good. The brakes feel good. There's a few little rattles, but I don't know if I'm just hyper aware and paranoid, but it could just be shit sitting in the panniers. We're going to give it a scrub and then hit the road. So appreciate you joining us for another episode. Just another maintenance video. Join me in just basically another day of life. So thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.